going to be on Demon Island as we're kicking off the first game of the first set here in EU.
Yeah, and the big thing I want to point out here is there is a Scythe on the screen, which is something I did not see at all in the Southeast Asia bracket. So I'm interested in seeing what kind of dynamic that brings to twos, because again, for Southeast Asia, it was really just non-existent, a non-factor whatsoever.
Well, already Sazurx down in early red here as he gets knocked out far off to the right side. Blitz tries to go for the anti, able to connect the recovery too, and Rakushain going down on the left side. What an amazing beginning they have here.
Yeah, I mean, Lance is such a potent tool as well. Just to, oh my god, as I say it, I was about to say he could just put in so much work before falling into red, but now he's disarmed. Let's see what happens from here. Blitz still hanging on to that sword as Djessir goes off the right side, but...
Alright. Looking to get any knockout soon. I'm seeing that hammer off of Rakushain, but I mean, Blitz and Djessir, they're doing an amazing job at not letting them take any control of the ground. If you don't have ground control with that hammer, you might struggle to find the knockouts, but the axe is going to seal the deal. Now, Djessir in a dangerous situation as we had a 1v2 opportunity. He's going to be able to stay pretty safe from it though. Yeah,
and we're splitting off into Lance v Lance for just a moment. Blitz trying to play perimeter, so Djessir could just go to work with that Lance right now. Oh, wait, that's so aggressive there from Blue, but not going to amount to too much after that.
Yeah, Blitz able to get some quick signatures in there on the right side.
Wow,
Team
nice
combo
pickup.
comes out, and that's 4 stocks against 2 now. This has been a fairly, almost dominant showing from them.
Axe tried and true. We saw that pretty good place for this weapon right now, but let's see if Sazurx can maybe put a little bit of work in on this last stock. Again, the name of the game will be forcing this 1v2 if possible, but Rakushain making it work right now. Sazurx finding the KO off the right side as well. This is a huge window, but I love that escape option from Djessir.
The double axe recovery, just a wall of hitboxes that you can't get past. Well, actually, he didn't even get hit by that somehow. Now, Rakushain and Sazurx gonna have to try and get this knockout off of Djessir as soon as possible. If they maybe can solo out Blitz and get this to a 2v1, but the axe there hits so hard. Getting over to the other side. Team combo potential. Not able to find the last hit though.
Oh wow, this is a huge window though, Polly. Let's see if they can make this work during the respawn on the unarmed combo, excuse me, as well. Big damage coming in, but if Rakushain falls right here, it might just be all for nothing.
It's very close. They weren't able to get those last couple of hits. Kind of an awkward situation, kind of positioned there in on the right side of the screen. Djessir trying to go for a haymaker to get this stock off of Rakushain. Almost friendly fire doing the trick there from Sazurx as he's trying to get back up here.
Okay, big. Pretty deep red as well. Can starve the weapon and unarmed on Rakushain. That's gotta do it. And there goes game 1 over to Blitz and Djessir.
Wow, and Djessir, what a game. 5 knockouts, 655 damage. I feel like the department where Djessir and Blitz really shined in this set is their team combos. And not only their team combos, but the way that they were playing together. They definitely were one-ing up Rakushain and Sazurx in the team play department. As soon as we went down to, 2 separate 1v1s, we were going kind of even. They're able to regroup at the center stage. They force a 2v1, and they're just hitting so many of these team combos.
Yeah, 100%. And I do have to apologize. At the start of the game, I got super excited and thought I saw a scythe, but I was talking about the hammer there as well. But I mean, the way that the hammer can kind of simplify the game plan. I mean, like, just being able to pick up Stomp Stairs is just such a huge opportunity cost for Red Team. It really simplifies down the ones if they're able to split off into that. So I want to see a little bit more of that going into game 2.
I forgive you because I really wish we had Hammer Scythe as a legend.
I know.
It would be such a good legend. The ground pound almost on stage, going to be hitting Sazurx, already putting a lot of pressure. And this is the thing as well, we saw this in the first game. In the first couple of interactions, these guys are even more dominant. Both of them down in red as we're only 24 seconds into the game here.
Absolutely, yeah. And when Djessir's on this Lance, I feel like he's so slippery. You can't find a way to get out there, and you find the double KO as well. I mean, why not? What a huge advantage now for Blitz and Djessir.
Tried to come in for the punish, but the second part of the neutral signature is gonna pick him up as well. As now, the second game, they're playing already with a really nice lead off the starts. They want to try and get a knockout there onto Blitz, but he's able to sustain that stock. And yet again, I'm thinking if Blitz gets knocked out here, they have a window of opportunity to 2v1 Djessir, and those kinds of situations can be very dangerous.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, if it's talking about splitting off, it looks like
Here it goes.
Sazurx is able to find that one. They can get this right here off the GC. They're not going to pick it up, though.
Side signature not going to be connecting. Still fairly decent confirmed damage. Of course, the side signature would have been even better, but just that small interaction is going to be able to tighten up the lead just a little bit more.
Okay. Sazurx getting in the middle of all three players right now, especially at that damage. I was going to say it's such a precarious position to be in, and Djessir takes full advantage right there. This is a huge opportunity now for Rakushain.
Able to hit that nair, trying to anti-air and keep Blitz away, but Blitz slips past him and commits onto Sazurx, but just like that, he target swaps over to Djessir, gets that knockout, and now, I mean, that was a beautiful set of interactions by Rakushain there.
Sazurx spending the chase dodge a little bit early now, gets caught off stage, and yeah, it was like both blue team members were just target swapping for just gunning down that kill. Wasn't going to get there in time, though. Here we go.
Able to connect that there. We're trying to do some form of aerial gameplay, but that D signature is going to just stop him in his place.
Oh, yeah.
Sazurx able to get a knockout to even the tides of battle a little bit here, and at this point, it's a fairly even match with Sazurx and Djessir being quite damaged.
Here we go. Yeah, and if I'm blue team, I'm looking at Sazurx right now. I think a lot of aggressive plays, especially off stage, there is a huge opportunity for you to find a reversal on this player. The KO will be found on the right side, though, and it's a 2v1 once again.
On the hammer here to try and commit to this 2v1. Able to connect that nair, but the Sair comes out. I was expecting the team combo. D-Light, unfortunately, not going to be hitting for Djessir there. Let's go for the end lights. Tiptoeing around them, but the side light NSIG isn't going to be connecting either.
Ooh, through weapon as well. I mean, you just want to opt for the axe instead. I don't blame you.
Tries to get that falling Sair. Weapon throw.
Playing this so carefully too.
Yeah, I mean, they're not able to move in, and they're not able to move in and approach to get that damage. He's forcing them to have to punish him instead. Playing incredibly patiently, able to get that nair, but the punish, it's almost enough.
He's on arm too. Yeah, he has nothing. That's it. Oh my gosh.
That was so close. That was so close at the very end too. With the dodge up he did, he almost touched the wall.
Right. It was very, very close. I mean, it's such a rough position, right, Polly? Like any small misstep that you make from there, you either get team comboed or you get forced into edge guard position. We saw it right there. And Rakushain was unarmed at the end there, so it was going to be a tough recovery either way.
Yeah. And man, I do have to say, of course, Blitz and Djessir, man, playing incredibly well so far. Rakushain and Sazurx, I think we're starting to see some early signs of some great adaptation here, especially considering Djessir was able to get an incredibly dominant first game. This second game, of course, Djessir still playing very, very well, but they're able to kind of shut down what he was doing in game one.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm taking a look at some of these damage charts right now. You see it on your screen here. But yeah, I mean, Djessir and Blitz really just putting in a lot of work. But all that being said, look at the damage spread across the board. It's actually slightly favored for Sazurx and Rakushain.
Yeah, very, very even though. I mean, all players here on 500. So yeah, I feel like that damage spread kind of summarizes this gameplay quite well. We're seeing a lot of back and forths with a lot of trades. I feel like Rakushain and Sazurx, they are winning more of the back and forths in the neutral, but Djessir and Blitz, they're winning the back and forths whenever we're in a team setting. And it's the team setting, the team combos, that's what's going to give you much more damage.
100%, yeah. So, I mean, it's a tall order coming into Game 3 for Sazurx and Rakushain, right? A reverse 3-0 necessary to stay in the winner's side of this bracket. But maybe we can see some adjustments being made here in terms of those team combos.
Which, yet again, Rakushain, an OG player. Sazurx new to the pro scene as of right now. And they're in the winner's side right now of top 32. They've already gotten fairly far, but Blitz and Djessir, they might just be proven to be too tough of a foe. We don't know yet. Only time will tell.
That's right. Let's get into it. First strike is going to be important here, so playing out, separating off into potentially 1v1s right here. But yeah, I love that switch from Blitz right away. It doesn't amount to too much, but again, the vision is right there.
Yeah, the switch went two ways as well. I mean, you had two separate 1v1s. Blitz made the switch. Sazurx also dash jumping in with a weapon throw to go for the switch.
getting a little bit aggressive right here. Also, Sazurx falling into red as well. Anything can happen in this
that sword on Blitz, is really scary.
Yeah.
Almost every single game, I feel like so far, Blitz has been able to make at least one large play on that sword.
But as you say it, I mean, Sazurx and Rakushain take their first actual sizable lead of the set, so we'll see if they can maintain this right now. Again, Rakushain was playing that 1v2 so cleanly right now, still hanging on to the stock with the dodge coming through as well, but recovery will be enough to find that KO, and you're a little bit off kilter in terms of your respawn timers as well. Fortunately, Sazurx doesn't get punched too hard.
Wow. Wow, and that is already Djessir down in orange. They hit him with so many moves, and just like that, Rakushain tries to make a commitment with the hammer, able to connect that nair. Gets the Sair now as well, swapping over for the 2v1, but Blitz dodging very well. It's not going to get stuck into anything.
Yeah, we do see the hammer. Yeah, look for the GC stomp right there, but Rakushain's there to pick up the pieces regardless. Great alley-oop there from Sazurx. Can't get too much more on the team combo, but I mean, again, red team is maintaining this lead so far, Polly.
A slight mistake there at the team combo, but as you mentioned, this lead, it's starting to become incredibly substantial. Rakushain, I see you go for that hammer. Sair, again, they're correcting me. I said they're not hitting many of these conversions. That's exactly what they're doing this game, and it is working out so well for them.
Big scoop right there. You might need to go for the save. It looks like Djessir is going to be able to find that, but wall slip is online. Touches right there. Okay, I think the biggest change that we're going to see, and I'm sure we'll get this in replays as well, Polly, but so many more GC stomps coming out of Rakushain.
Yeah, and in general, that hammer has been doing wonders for finding knockouts so far. Sazurx also doing an incredible job at always being in the correct position and also using the correct move to allow a Rakushain to go for those follow-ups, right?
That's right. Still hanging on right now. Can you get this 2v1 onto Sazurx? You can't, but Rakushain just slips right in with the recovery and makes this a 2v1.
And there it is. Knockout comes out. As you mentioned, they were putting so much pressure on Sazurx. Rakushain noticed that, they're kind of chasing him. He's able to sweep in there and get a hit while their attention is elsewhere.
Yeah, unbelievable turnaround from Rakushain and Sazurx. And again, I mean, the big thing I noticed, Polly, I don't know if you have any thoughts on this, but just like an inordinate increase in GC downlight from Rakushain, especially when the hammer's online.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, those GCs, the damage that you can take from using a GC when someone is playing a string weapon is so large. But no one really is playing a weapon that can do that other than Blitz's gauntlets. And he's already leaning towards the sword. And on top of that, Sazurx could just, he could interrupt that. We mentioned at the beginning of the game that Sazurx and Rakushain, they're winning in neutral, but they're not really winning the team play. That game, the abrupt change, they were winning in neutral and they were winning the team play.
That's right. Yeah, we got to see if there's enough gas left in the tank, though, for this red team. We go into game 4 now. The same situation still applies. Single game is all Blitz and Djessir need to advance in winner's side. Sazurx and Rakushain playing on the defense here. Wow, what a conversion.
I saw that dare off the right side as well from Sazurx, just robbing a Blitz of all of his options. Could have been devastating, but just like that, I mean, they have that composure, go right back up and get a nice conversion off of the top. So far, there's so much back and forth. Sair, some friendly fire coming out. Rakushain is going to be able to touch, though. As they're struggling on this side, though, Djessir is going to be able to exploit the fact that they're a bit discombobulated.
Yeah, Djessir was all over any dodge patterns that Rakushain and Sazurx wanted to go for. That was just a beautiful first stock right there. So we will see the dodge come through. Disarm now is Djessir. So how does he make it back towards center? He does not. He just gets it off the respawn instead. Let's see if this 2v1 can come through onto Blitz now.
I saw something crazy off the left side. I think Djessir did a cancel Sair, which then got a clash. It looked very strange. I want to see a Twitch clip of that later. It didn't lead to a knockout, so we might not be able to see that. But either way, Rakushain, man, last game playing so incredibly well, but Blitz and Djessir, they're doing a really good job at shutting him down so far.
Yeah, but once again, I mean, something that I pointed out was I think there's so much onus on Rakushain in particular, right? Like, when Sazurx gets caught in these team combos, Rakushain is just finding the perfect way to thread the needle right here. We saw the scoop up to find that KO off the top right there. Let's see if he can do it again coming into one of these stocks if Sazurx is going to get edge guarded.
High pressure and high risk situation offstage there. Sazurx is able to get back up from the offstage of Blitz and Djessir at the same time. Rakushain committing to that ground pound. He's going to find the knockout as we're now into a quick 2v1 situation. and Blitz goes down into orange. Just like that. You could have argued that they have a slight lead, and they're going to be able to get that knockout on Rakushain, so now they do actually have a little bit of a lead here.
Yeah, I think a bit of an overextension on the side of Rakushain trying to just go for a little bit more damage. But, I mean, you're in pretty deep red at that point, so no harm, no foul possibly. Rakushain on last stock now. Let's see how healthy he can keep this. As Sazurx maybe on the left side going to fall, but no, they look for the 2v1 instead.
Yeah, but Rakushain, he's going to be able to slither out of that situation. Sazurx is going to drop to their final stock, though. Not getting hit by the end lights. Connects the Sair. Connects the Sair as well instead.
Scramble is not where you want to be when you're at that damage. Okay, Blitz is going to fall once again, but Sazurx completely target swaps onto Djessir once again. They just want Blitz to just take his time coming back every time.
Still has to. Blitz still has to, so he's going to be respawning. I feel like I had to remind myself because Blitz was clinging onto that second stock. He was tanking super well.
Ooh, scary position. Sazurx makes it out for now. Rough position for red again. This is game point for blue.
Rakushain missing that Sair. He used the maximum drift though. Blitz didn't feel confident in trying to go for a punish, but that's going to be the knockout. Djessir going down as well, and it's a 1v1 now. Blitz, you tanked this stock so well. Let's see you use it.
This is tough though, Lance v Sword. I mean, not that unfavorable, I would say, but let's see. Sazurx at red. This is a tough position to be in. Wait a sec.
Oh no.
Wait a sec.
No. The Nairs, the Lance player. The Lance player is touching buttons right now. Sazurx clean on it as Blitz is struggling to find the move, but when he finally does, it's going to be the knockout, and that is a 3-1 as Blitz and Djessir advance through winner's side here in top 32. They're going to be playing their top 8 qualifier after this.
Yeah, wonderful first set for us to go. I mean, don't you think, Polly? But the adjustments from Sazurx and Rakushain, I think can't go unnoticed, right? Like,